One Namkatan, Simjin, Namjan Lana Meba Yang Daba. Zobe Sanji Compan Rumbojana Gobra Cha, Tei Chidu, Talam Tambi Chu Samon Chepa La Chu Nimbi Kulonda, Kunchen Number Tapes, and Thar Tela, Khan Semperchevi, Chune, Papa, Jamden Dema, Sherpje Paradu Chimbi, Ningbo, Chepe Kapsu Papa. Continuation on the teaching of Heart Sutra. Today we start with the main sutra itself, which is in two stages. First is the circumstances, the surroundings, and then the second is the actual sutra itself. So now the second, which is consisting two, first the Arya Sharipu, Bhikshu Sharipu, Shariputra, questioning Avalokiteshvara, great Bodhisattva Arya Avalokiteshvara. And so this happened in two stages. First is through the Buddha's blessing, Avalokiteshvara and Shariputra, both of them blessed and influenced. So Avalokiteshvara, through the great primordial wisdom, dissolved into Prajna Paramita. So, which is in the text. Now you look at the text. Yang Tei Tse, Chanchu Semba, Semba Chimbo, Papa Chere Zik, Wangchu, Shirabje Paradu Simba, Samil Jabanina, number Tashing, Pumbo Abo Teda Layang, Ranjinji Tomber number Tao. Now this is translated here. Also, at the same time, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Noble Lord Avalokiteshvara too, looking at the practice of profound transcendent prajna, so the five aggregates are empty of nature, then through the power of the Buddha. So now this, then through the power of the Buddha will go for the next part as well. So now in this, at the same time, also at the same at that time. So also, what does that mean? Because Buddha Shakyamuni manifested in or went into samadhi of Sabbon-tangwa. That's how it appears to us. But Buddha Shakyamuni is always in samadhi. There isn't different moments when Buddha is resting from the samadhi, and then Buddha goes into the samadhi, and then Buddha somehow get out of the samadhi. There's no such thing. In that case, then Buddha Shakyamuni is not Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni is a very good practitioner, but from time to time get distracted. So Buddha Shakyamuni is not like that. Therefore, by definition of a Buddha, there's no difference between in samadhi or outside samadhi. It is beyond time, beyond any dualistic definition. So now here also at that time means Avalokiteshvara not being Buddha, but Bodhisattva, Mahasattva. So Bodhisattva means anybody who have taken bodhicitta is a Bodhisattva. Literally, you can say that. It sounds a bit odd to call ourselves Bodhisattvas, but anybody who have taken Bodhisattva vow is a Bodhisattva in definition. But then Mahasattva means Bodhisattva who did not only take the Bodhisattva vow, but practiced the bodhicitta through path of accumulation, path of application, path of realization, path of furthering of that realization, and so on and so forth. There's 5 paths. So that way, in Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva is Bodhisattva of 10th level Bodhisattva, just short of being Buddha. So therefore, Bodhisattva, Mahasattva. And the noble Avalokiteshvara too. So why this word Too too comes? Because Buddha Shakyamuni manifest in that samadhi, then at the same time Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Avalokiteshvara also in similar samadhi. Now here it is like this. For the Buddha, the Bhagavan entered the samadhi of enumeration of dharma called profound light. Oh well, actually profound light is good, but Sammo is not just profound light. Sammo, as I told you yesterday, means emptiness, shunyata, absence of all that is dualistic. And then Nangwa means clear, the clarity. So enlightenment of Buddhahood doesn't mean you become nothing. You become not something, but you become essence of everything. And you realize the essence of everything. You become embodiment of essence of everything. Ultimate primordial essence of everything. So that is the clarity aspect. So since you know that, then this word profound light is okay. But profound defines emptiness. Light defines clarity, the wisdom. So then in this samadhi of Avalokiteshvara, then like this, profound transcendent prajna. So profound transcendent prajna, not equal to the Buddha, but close to the Buddha's samadhi. So the 5 aggregates. Now here it becomes very particular. So the 5 aggregates are empty of nature. Actually, 5 aggregates are empty of nature, such as a dualistic nature. The nature of 5 aggregate is shunyata. So 5 aggregate are not just 1 aggregate, 2 aggregate, 3 aggregate, 4 aggregate, 5 aggregate, like form, etc., etc. So therefore, empty of nature is okay, good word, but has to be understood correctly. Otherwise, it may sound like nihilistic sort of perception. Then through the power of Buddha, okay. Now then goes into this also happened through the power of Buddha, of course. But then the next, as I mentioned earlier, the Sharipu, the Avalokiteshvara through the Jnana, saw this and remained in this samadhi, and Shariputra through prajna, then understood and something, and he got a question, very important question, which is rose within him through the blessing, through the power of Buddha. But through the power of Buddha, which way? Because Sammonangwa, through the Sammonangwa samadhi of Buddha, then Avalokiteshvara, emptiness samadhi, and then Shariputra, his intelligence, his awareness, his prajna rose this question. So then this question is like this. Then through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Noble Avalokiteshvara. Of course, it has to be risen from within him before he asks. So he's not just playing, he's not just asking a question for the sake of asking. He had a genuine question. He understood a little bit, and then he wanted to understand it fully. So that is why bhikshus like Shariputra ask this kind of question. They are not a set up question. They did not set up at Rajgir. Shariputra should ask this question. Avalokiteshvara should say this. Not like that. So it is risen within Shariputra. He is highly enlightened, but not an enlightened bodhisattva. So this is how these questions rose, and his questions like this, from Shariputra to Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. Son of the noble family. So this is a little bit uncomfortable, because bodhisattvas are described as noble one. Doesn't matter bodhisattva is born to a noble family or commoner or whatever. Bodhisattva is noble, because bodhisattva will become Buddha. Bodhisattva is like a prince or princess. If developed further, will become king and queen. So it is not a hereditary description of a noble family. So I am not noble family, and many of you are not noble family. But if we develop bodhicitta, then we become part of the noble family of the Buddha. So that's one thing. And then Buddha Shakyamuni himself, many eons in the past, he was a beggar, not to mention noble family. And he saw a Buddha of that time, and he offered a little bit of food that he received from begging. When he saw that Buddha, he was so inspired. All that he had is that bowl of food. So he offered that to that Buddha and said, "May I become like you to liberate all sentient beings to become like you." Then that was the original teacher of the Buddha Shakyamuni many eons in the past, and that is the original bodhicitta. And then that time he became part of the noble family of the Buddha. So it is very important for us to know what we are saying, because a son of noble family, it's actually for Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Avalokiteshvara to address him as son is okay, because he is a son. He is a male manifestation. But actually, Bodhisattva is not necessarily a male. Bodhisattva is not necessarily a female. Anybody who developed bodhicitta is a bodhisattva. Then this question is like this: no son of the noble family. So I have to live with that. But this is not precisely a good translation to my taste. Noble family of Buddha, maybe of enlightened ones, maybe have to add something like that. Anyway, how should any son or daughter of the noble ones or noble family, noble family who wish to practice the practice of the profound transcendent prajna, trains. So again here, train. Training is again very strange word, very popular. When somebody is practicing Dharma, they say Dharma training. Of course, we can train people to be a good person, but then in one bad day, that very well trained good person can become also a very bad person, because it was training. It was training. And you can train your muscle so that you can lift a Hercules, load. But then when you get old, then you can't even lift a donkey's load. So that way, training can be a stopgap measure, and so practice, application of Dharma, practice of Dharma, not Dharma training. Having said that, I have nothing against people using this word training for Dharma practice. That's okay. But have to know the differences between training a dog to fetch a bowl and training a bodhisattva to attain enlightenment, to help all sentient beings to liberate them to reach Buddhahood. There's a big difference, don't you think so? I think so. So that is the request of the request of the Shariputra to Avalokiteshvara. And I said quite a bit of words, but you can put this more precise and make it a little shorter, because most people speak English one way or another. And also I know many people who speak very good English but not that fluent, little shy to say that they speak English. They are not like me, because even I make mistake in English. I respect the language, of course, but it is almost expected. I have never been to school. I grew up over here, and my English is picked up from here and there, not from English, not necessarily, some English, some Danish, some German, some Dutch, some Spanish, some Mexican, some Chinese, some Indians, and from all of them I picked up my English. So it will be a little bit, and some Russian, some Polish, some African, whatnot. So that way, English is not that good. So anyway, I am not ashamed to make mistakes. I am embarrassed when I make mistake, but it is forgiven, I think, not intentionally making mistake. But then many people have this concept and habit that even you speak English, you want to pretend you don't speak English. Maybe there's a lot going on beyond a little bit of being shy. Anyway, that's none of my business, okay? So what I'm saying is you understand what I'm saying. And to ascertain, you want it to be translated. Then translators can make it precise and a little bit condensed. That's a request, not a command. Then the response to the Shariputra by Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara, that is the main teaching, and the main teaching is in two part. First part is most elaborate one, and this is teaching of the Prajna Paramita for general disciples, general practitioners like us, who will go step by step, gradually. And so this is with many parts, subparts, but I decided to follow a few of the commentaries for our sake, because we have only this afternoon. Then for the first one is for the general common practitioners like us. Everything is through a gradual practice of 5 paths. Path of accumulation, path of application, path of seeing, path of further progress through meditation, everything is through meditation, but further progress of that realization, and then a path of no practice, because you don't need to practice, you reach beyond the definition of practicing and not practicing, meditating and not meditating. So milaplam. So in Tibetan language, Tsoglam, Jorlam, Tonglam, Gomlam, Milaplam. So 5 paths. Okay. Now, if I go through all of that 5 paths one by one, then first 2 paths is intermingled in this teaching. So just to explain that, it will take a couple of hours. So leave that aside. Then how we can learn about this is, first part is, make a 4-part for the first part. The first part of the 4-part is part of accumulation and part of application, practice of prajna paramita for these together. One. First part, second part together. And then second is the third part, the part of seeing. We can talk about this, we can learn about this, but actually, technically what it means is part of seeing, you reach the first level bodhisattva. So we can only talk about it and learn about it, and lots of blessing there. So the second is the third part. Then the third part is the fourth part, that is part of meditation. So what you have seen, what you have realized as a first level bodhisattva, then you progress from second, third, fourth, etc., etc. So that is the third part, which is actually fourth part. Part for part. Okay? And then the fourth part is the fifth part, miloplam, part of no practice, part of no meditation. Because we are not meditating to become a meditation champion. We are meditating so that we don't have to meditate. Every moment become a meditation. We will not have a moment of undisciplined body, undisciplined speech, undisciplined mind, moment of defiled mind, a moment of defilement, and moment of dualism, even beyond the defilement. So that is the fifth part, and here it is the fourth part. So part 1, first part, second part. Part 2, third part. Part 3, fourth part. Part 4, fifth part. So based on that, then I will go through the text, and so you can see quite clearly where everything falls into place. Now the first and second part. Okay. Chanchu semba chimbo papa chinrezi wanchu ki sedadamba sharanda tipulan dikechi neso sharipu rijipum kangala shirabje parod chimba samyucheba chebandeba tin dedan number tower chate pumbonga bo tedajan rajinji tombar number ronjinji tombar number yantabar jisu tawo zu tombao tombani zuso zule tombani jemain tombani la zu jemain no 대진도 초와다 두제다 number 시반은 동바오. So up to that is the first part and the second part. Okay. Now I will go through the translation and straightforward. Explaining this will be very, very lengthy. So I will explain all of this in the explanation of the mantra. As I told you, the Avalokiteshvara's reply to the Shariputra, the first is the four part, practice of the 5 path. Prajna Paramita practice in the 5 path. And then second is those who are advanced, spiritually advanced, enlightenment advanced, purification advanced, realization advanced. For them, then the very powerful mantra which fulfills the purpose of the entire Prajna Paramita Heart Sutra, as well as all of the 21 volumes of Prajna Paramita Sutra, which I have described yesterday. So many pages, so many volumes, so many parts, so many pages, so many shlokas, so many sentences. So essence of all of that, the power of all of that is in the mantra. So that is the second part. So now we are going through the first part, and out of the first part, the which is taught in a sub part 4. So the first part I read in Tibetan. Now I will read that in English, so you can relate to it. It is path of accumulation and path of application. Okay. Thus he spoke, that means spoken by the Shariputra. Then Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara's reply. And the Bodhisattva Mahasattva noble Lord Avalokiteshvara spoke as an answer. Those words to the venerable son of the Sharavitas, Shariputra. Actually, Sharipu is a Tibetan word, and Shariputra is the Sanskrit word. So Shariputra means son of the Sharidevatis. So Sharidevati is Sharipu's mother. So son of the mother whose name is Sharadevati. So that is Shariputra. Putra means son, the male. So anyway, son of Sharadevati and Shariputra is actually a double here. If you say one of these, you don't have to say both of that. In Tibetan language, Onchuki Sharandati Pulandike Jinhe so. Then after that, then he used just word Sharipu. So that is a son of the Sharidevatis. So Shariputra. Any son or daughter of noble family, you remember what noble family means here, Bodhisattva, who wish to practice the practice of transcendent prajna, prajna paramita, should fully look like this. So again, this look like this is a little difficult for me. Should have this view. It doesn't mean that the Bodhisattva who practice prajna paramita should have this kind of particular haircut or particular makeup, so that have this kind of look. It doesn't mean that. Should have this view. Should look at everything this way. So look like this means should have view. Number tawar chati. Tawa means view. So what kind of view? The 5 aggregates should be correctly viewed as empty by nature. Yeah, by itself, the form, feeling, perception, etc., does not have any solid, dualistic, everlasting existence, of course. Independent one, of course not. And everything is interdependent. So that way we can relate to this. Then now this is further elaborated. Now when we go into the detailed teachings of how path of accumulation is practiced, how path of application is practiced by the bodhisattva at this level, then there's so much to explain here. But today only this session, so I think we just go through. And form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is none other than form, form is none other than emptiness. So it is complete. So then in the same way, the feelings, conceptions, formations, consciousness are empty. So up to that is Prajna Paramita teaching, practice of path of accumulation and path of application. Out of 5 paths, the first 2 paths is taught here. I can only say this much today. And you should know that there is entire practice. The Prajna Paramita Sutra is an entire practice, of course. You know that. But then that is how it is. Where does it start? Where does it end? So path of accumulation, path of application ends here. Number shipa nam tongba wo. The consciousness are empty there. Then the second part, which is the third path, the path of seeing. So that is taught here in Tibetan. It is quite short part of the text. Sharipu. Sharipu means son of the Sharika. His mother's name is Sharika. So Sharandatipu, Sharipu. So Tetar Chutamje Tongba Nite, Tsini Mepa, Machepa, Mangapa, Tima Mepa, Timata Tawa Mepa, Kawa Mepa. Oh. So Shariputra. Therefore, all the dhammas are empty. Dhammas are emptiness. No characteristics, dualistic characteristics. It wasn't born, therefore it is unceasing. No stains, no freedoms from stains. There's no stains, therefore there's nothing to be free from stains. No decrease, therefore no increase. So on and so forth. So that is the second part, which is teaching for the third path of seeing. So say a little bit more. Okay. It mentions that all dhammas are emptiness. So all the dhammas, dharma doesn't mean Buddhism only. Dharma means everything. Dharma. So everything is inherently absence of any true existing dualistic entity, independent entity. There's no such thing. It's all interdependent. Then it says, then next is no characteristics. So that means it doesn't have any whether it is like this or whether it is like that kind of characteristic existence is not there. It is always impermanent, always changing, always evolving. So that then nothing is never born. That means everything is interdependent. There's nothing independently born or existing. Therefore, since it was never came about, it will never cease. And then no stain and no free from stain. This means all of us, of course, we all sentient beings are full of stain. Our greed, our hatred, our jealousy, our ego, everything is like a absolutely crowded with baggage, crowded with all this mess. But it is not there as a independent, solid existence. We are always, in essence, pure. Therefore, never stained. Since it is never stained ultimately, there is the being free from a stain ultimately, it doesn't exist. But we all stained relatively, therefore we all can be and has to be pure from stain relatively. Ultimately we are perfect, relatively we are not. So this. Then no decrease nor increase. What this decrease means? Okay. Since nothing independently exists, therefore there's nothing that can decrease or diminish, because it doesn't exist in the first place in an independent, solid manner. Therefore, when we say I wanted to attain Buddhahood, it doesn't mean you become something else. You become, or you realize, the primordial completeness, free of anything to add or anything to subtract. You are perfect as you are, ultimately, at all time and beyond time. Therefore, nothing. There is no decrease, no increase. When you reach Buddhahood or even reach first level Bodhisattva, you are not increasing anything, or you are not decreasing anything, because everything is there. Therefore, nothing to increase. And all that is there to get rid of, they are there as an illusion. For example, my ego is countless lifetimes of creation, illusion. Other than that, it doesn't exist. And my name, I was named after my birth, or at least after my conception, and my education, my identity, my job, my profession, my specialty, they all slowly accumulated, and that's all. So it is all creation, and of course I cannot complain our creation, because we all able to see each other, talk to each other in this nice way. It is nice. But then we should never forget, this is our creation. This is not the thing. It is our creation. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It is self-explanatory, right? So like this. So that is part of seeing. part of the Prajnaparamita Sutra teaching. It ends Jiva mepa, Kangwa mepa wo, no decrease and no increase. Then the third part, which is part of meditation or practice, which is the fourth path in this third part. So fourth path, now these have so much in it, but I think I just read through it slowly. First Tibetan, then English with little explanation, then we get the idea. So path of meditation is a specific title, but actually from path of accumulation all the way until the end of this practice is meditation, accumulation of merit, wisdom, etc., etc. And accumulation of wisdom is through meditation. And accumulation of merit is, of course, through good deed and meritorial activities, body, speech, mind, so that we will have right condition, physical condition, mental condition, oral condition, outer condition, inner condition, all the means, so that our life, our surrounding will be conducive for the meditation, the practice, the progress, and to develop wisdom within us, to develop power within us, to help ourselves and help others. So all of that need condition, isn't it? We have so many people, and we ourselves, including ourselves, I want you to do something like this, but I have this problem. I want to do something like this, but this is the problem. This is the shortcoming. So what is that? That I want to do, but there is this problem. Where does that come from? That is the definition of no merit. So in order to overcome that, we have to accumulate merit. So this way, and many times in West, I don't know other places, but in Asia, a little bit different. It's in the culture, I think. Younger generation, again, same as West. But in West, there is something. The definition of merit is a little bit, let's say, misunderstood, or not properly understood, or not emphasized, or something. Because many times I feel, I could be wrong, but I feel people, when they hear accumulation of merit, it's in their mind it is like accumulating mileage, or accumulating coupons, or accumulating bonuses, so something like that. It is not like that. For example, when you go to school and study well, that merit will come as an educated person. That is accumulation of merit in itself. But of course, purpose is different, because you go to school to get educated, to get a good job. That is majority people's motivation. Some people's motivation can be very different and much deeper than that. But then that will be that kind of merit. And if you behave well, if you become a good person, pleasant person, kind person, compassionate person with ability, then everybody, with everybody you can do things. And you can be pleasant, you are pleasant to others, so therefore others will be pleasant to you. When you come, they will not run away. When you come, they will be happy to see you, happy to work with you. So that is merit in itself. So like that, merit means that. It doesn't mean asking for somebody to give you favor or something. So this is sometimes a little bit misunderstood, or that's my feeling. I can be wrong. And then here, meditation particularly means once you have seen the truth through the path of seeing, then you progress that through continuing that. And so therefore it is described as path of practice or path of meditation. Okay. Now the explanation was a bit lengthy. Please help me to make it a little bit condensed, okay? Less word. Okay. Now the text. Sharipu Tetavena Tombanila Zume, Tsoame, Dujime, number 7, Mime, Nawame, Name, Jeme, Lume, Yime, Zume, Dame, Treme, Rome, Rijame, Chumeto, Migi Kamebani, Yiji Kami, Yiji number 7, County Padu, Meto, Maripa me, Maripa Sabamebana, Gashim, Gashi Sebepadu, Meto, Teyu, Dunghawa, Kunjuma, Gobata, Lam, Ishime, Topame, Matopaya, Meto, Sharipu. Teta wena chanchu sambala topa mebe shirib je paruda simbala tenjing ne te until that tenjing ne te until that is part of meditation, part of practice. So now in English, Shariputra, therefore in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no conception, no formulation, no consciousness. So that is 5 aggregates. Then no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound. So for the eye, the form, for the ear, the sound, etc. No smell, no taste, no sensation, no dharma. For the mind, no dharma. From no element of eye to no element of mind. So there is 18 elements. For example, with the eye, form, and eye consciousness, 3. So all 6 together, so 18. So from no element of eye to no element of mind, and up to no element of mind consciousness. Therefore, so now this is the 5 aggregates. Then 8 consciousness. Then or you can say 5 consciousness and 5 objects, and then 18 elements, and then after that then 12 interdependent. So it starts with there's no ignorance, no exhaustion of ignorance, free of ignorance, up to no aging and no death, and also up to no exhaustion of aging and death. So that's 12 interdependents. And then after that, then 4 noble truth. So it continues. In the same way, there's no suffering, no origin means no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path to that cessation or peace or liberation. Then on top of that, then no prajna, no attainment, and no non-attainment. So this no attainment and no non-attainment represents one very particular entity, because for example, if this file is given to me, then it becomes mine. Until it is given to me, it doesn't become mine. And file is still there, I am still here. So things like that, nothing changes, but there's something which is, you can say, legitimizing, you can say it, but it is exactly the same. The form is same, I am same, but no attainment, no non-attainment. And then if you go in a big way, in a deeper way, when you reach first level bodhisattva, you are first level bodhisattva. But until you reach first level bodhisattva, you are not first level bodhisattva. Of course, there's difference between first level bodhisattva's ability and the ability of somebody who's not first level bodhisattva. Definitely. Common people like me, who's not first level bodhisattva, I can hardly manifest perfectly in one place at one time for more than few minutes, if possible, to be real perfect. But bodhisattva of first level can manifest at all time in 100 place perfectly at all time. So second level bodhisattva, 10,000 places at the 10,000 manifestation in 10,000 places at the same time for all time. The third level bodhisattva, a million manifestation in a million places, perfect at all time. And somebody like me, in one place at one time, perfect for 2 minutes is next to impossibility. Can put 10 to be perfect, just do nothing, say nothing. Very safe, and perfect. But who knows what is going in the head, what is going on, you don't know. Because lots of thought, lots of emotion, lots of all kinds of things. So this way, when you attain the first level bodhisattva, which is always there, but you realize that moment you have it. And without that, before that moment, you don't have it. So even that is emptiness. Because first level bodhisattva is not second level bodhisattva. 10th level bodhisattva is not Buddha. And the Buddha have no limitation. One or less than one or countless, forever or for a moment, there's no differences. It is far and beyond. So this way, this attainment and non-attainment is put at the end. Then it concludes, Shariputra, therefore, because the bodhisattva have no attainment, they abide their reliance upon transcendent prajna, as there is no transcendent prajna. So up to here. So up to here is part of meditation. Okay. Then the fourth part, which is the fifth part. So that is here, starting semla dripa mepe trapa mete chinchi lole shintun dene nyangene deben tarchin to 두숨도 넘버 주비 산지 탐지 짱 시럽제 파로드 지만델라 때네 라나 메바 양타바 조비 장축도 넘버 조버 상제소. So that is the fifth part, the part of no meditation, the final part of no practice, beyond practice. So, which is the final realization part. And so here it is translated like this: as there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear. Then after that, they completely transcend the mistaken and reach ultimate nirvana. So this nirvana is more like a bodhisattva enlightenment aspect of nirvana, or the Buddha's dwelling. One can say Buddha's realm, but there's no such thing, some place that is the home of all the Buddha. Anyway, the Dharma Dhatu, the great primordial space, is the relative home of all sentient being, and that is the ultimate home of all the Buddha. So there isn't another place somewhere all the Buddhas migrate, and so there's no such thing. And but having said that, the essence of this very place is the essence of the Buddha realm, or the pure realm. When I become pure, I become Buddha. When you become pure, you become Buddha. When you become Buddha, that place where you are become the pure land, and heaven, or whatever you call it. And when I become Buddha, everything around me become pure land of the Buddha. So that way, all the Buddhas dwelling, and then where does Buddhas dwell? In the three times: in the past, present, future. Again, this is just a way we say things. We, the dualistic, unenlightened sentient beings, say things. Those individuals who attained Buddha long time ago, we call them past Buddha, because for us the time is very effective and very binding and relevant. And then somebody who attained Buddhahood in our eon, like Buddha Shakyamuni, then even it is 2,600 years back, we call him present Buddha. And then the future Buddha, like Lord Maitreya, about 2 million years from now, and all the other Buddhas, 4 million, 6 million, 8 million, whatever, until more than 1,000 million or 2,000 million years from now, we call them future Buddhas. I'm talking about this planet Earth, in this solar system. Of course, every moment in the entire space, in countless universe, countless sentient beings reach Buddhahood all the time. So it is not that only on this earth our type of human beings become Buddha. In the entire university, of course, it's not like that. Then then if that is true, then it's very strange. So any doesn't make sense. So that way. The Buddhas dwelling in the three time, and clearly awakened to unsparsed. Unsparsed means the most superior and true, complete enlightenment by relying on this profound, transcendent prajna. So that is the fourth part, which is teaching on the practice of prajna paramita, and related to the fifth path of no meditation. And so by now, when we read through this part by part, then we somehow figure out what is the definition of teaching the practice for path of accumulation, path of application, path of seeing, path of meditation, path of no meditation. I think by now you get sense of it, although it is not a detailed teaching. And detailed teaching is there, very much there, but time does not permit because we only have one weekend. So, so that is the end of this particular part, which is described as for the gradual progressing practitioners. The most common ones for them, the Prajna Paramita manifest from Avalokiteshvara, through Avalokiteshvara, from the Buddha Shakyamuni's Sambandha Tinginjin, which is at the request of Bhikshu Shariputra, the son of the mother Sharika. So that is this part. And now what left for this next session is the mantra, the sacred mantra of Prajna Paramita, which is part and parcel of the Prajna Paramita Heart Sutra. So, which starts from the Tibetan word tetavena and English therefore. So that I will teach in the next session. Okay, so I stop here, and Europeans have a good lunch, Southeast Asians have a good dinner, and Africans, I think like European, good lunch, or maybe time difference, maybe good afternoon tea, I don't know. So anyway, see you after 1 hour.